Hello viewers, today I'm going to show you how I installed this Emporia Vue 2 smart home energy monitor in my electrical panel. Alright, I'm going to install this Emporia Vue today. First step, I'm going to shut off the mains. Now I'm going to remove the panel cover so I can... One thing to be careful about is even though you've shut off your main power, your main breaker might look different, but even though you've shut off your main power, it's only shut off from these two, from this breaker down. So these two right here are still live to your meter. So even though the power is off, this panel is not safe. But you know, down here, these are not hot anymore. But you still have to be careful, even though you've shut the power off. Next step is look for a good place to mount this white piece, the actual brains of the thing. For me, I think I will just. I know there's going to be some things sticking out here, but I think I'll leave mine down here. And then I have some, you can punch out these little things for the antenna. That's what I'm going to do now. You know, your panel will probably have some punch outs either on the side or on the bottom. I'm going to use the ones on the bottom. Or, you know what, actually, I might get better Wi-Fi signal if I use them on the side, so. Kind of push it out and then you can break it off. And then to mount the antenna, just kind of go through like this. And there, let's see if I can show you. It comes with this plastic rubber piece that protects it so that it looks flush. Now I can connect. Oops, just a couple of these. Now I can screw in the antenna. Next, I'm going to install the main current transformers. These on the bottom of these, let's see if you can see. You see the K with an arrow to L. The K, it's going to go this way. The K is going to go on the meter side, and the L is going to go towards the breakers. So I don't know if they're all like this, but on this one, the Emporia logo will face up when I clip it into the meter. I mean, to that one main, and then the same thing on the other one. So I'll clip them in here. But I think it is important that the arrow faces the direction of your breakers. And again, these two are still hot. There's nothing shutting them off. So be careful of that. I'm just gonna unclip. And And then same thing on the other side. Run these. Wires kind of snake them down so they don't stick out. I get a close up of how those are clipped in. As you can see, the logo is facing towards the meter, and the underside of them is blank. So you can see the K to L direction. Now with these two mains, I'm gonna plug these in up here. Pull out these two white things. One on one side, one on the other side, and the third one over, I'm just gonna leave blank. We won't use this because this is just single phase. All right, now this is probably gonna be the most complicated step. But now we're gonna plug in this wiring harness, and there's 4 wires on this wiring harness. You got the white, which is you're gonna be your neutral, your black, which is gonna provide power to this box, and also sense the voltage for either this side or this side of your HOTS. And then the other side of your HOTS will be sensed with the red wire. That it will only do voltage sensing. And then the blue is also going to do voltage sensing, and you're going to connect the blue to the neutral bar. So first, let's plug this in to the bottom of the unit. You can leave that plugged in for now. And I guess the two easiest to wire up will be the blue and the white. I'm gonna hook them over here. Loosen up 2 of these. Let's see if you guys can see that. Get a little closer. The neutral bar, right, are this bar entire going up, as you can see. There's all your whites are gonna be connected to that. There's one on this side too. So I'm just gonna install the blue and white wire in 2 of these. So I've already loosened this up here, but and now the blue wire I'll do right below it. This is stranded wire. It's kind of too bad they didn't provide solid wire, but okay. Now, if you don't want to have to install 2 more breakers in your panel, then what you'll need to do is look for 2 15 amp breakers. You can see most of these are 15, 15, 15. That's 20. So you don't want to use the 20s, the 30s, 40s. Look for 2 15s, and they have to be right above and below each other. And the reason for that is you want one on one of the mains and one on the other of the mains, so that you'll be able to sense the voltage on each side of the panel. Let's see, these 2 right here, I'm probably going to use these 2, and the reason being is they're pretty low down, which is closer to this, and they're the first 2 15s I have in a row. So what I'm going to do, so it's these 2 here. First I'm gonna undo one of the wires from the breaker, the hot here. And I'm gonna have to splice that. I'm gonna have to splice this wire right here with the wire that this came with too. So this kit came with 2 of these little pieces. You could make your own if you lost these or needed longer ones. But let's see. So now I'm gonna put this wire in there. Where the old one was. Make sure your connections are really tight. Okay, so there's that little pigtail piece I just installed right here. Maybe it's easier if I pull it over here. And then here's the old one that was in the breaker. I'm gonna splice these with the black wire from the Emporia unit. And it came with some wire caps to do this. So now that black wire is spliced in to this breaker. And now I'll do this one with the red wire. here's a little pigtail. Hopefully you guys can see this. There's the old wire from the breaker. And then the red one's now going to the Emporia unit. All right, I don't know if you can see over here, I'm going to use 8 of the sensors, and I'm going to label them. So these are the actual current sensors. Different models that you might have either gotten 8 of these or 16. But now I'm going to install these. Basically, these just have like a kind of like a jack port that's going to plug into this unit down here. And then I'll just clip these around the circuits that I want to monitor on the app. Now, if you have a double pole breakers, you don't need sensors on both of the huts. You just need one, and then within the app, there's a way that we'll be able to double it up, so we'll track the correct wattage and power consumption. I'm gonna label all of mine so that it's easier to keep track of it. So this will be number 1. Then you might have to look at the panel cover and see what you want to monitor. So for me, this first double pole here is going to be the dryer, which I'm going to want to monitor. Oh yeah, and similar to the mains, these have K to L on them, and the arrow you'll want to be facing away from the breaker, so this symbol will face away from the direction of the power. So whatever way the wire is coming out of the breaker to the load, you'll want the arrow facing that direction. So let's see here, I'll do this first one up close. So this double pole is my dryer. So, I don't know if you can see, yeah, the arrow's facing that direction. Either one of these wires, doesn't matter which one, I'm gonna clamp onto. And then I'm just gonna kind of tidy up how that wire runs down. That's probably my biggest complaint with this kit is I wish that it was not jacks that connected it so that you could, shorten up the length of this if it's going to be too long. I don't like the panel looking all messy. So then I'm going to plug this into on the back here. There's numbers, so I'm going to plug this into the first one. Actually, I'm going to pull out all these insulators now because I know I'm going to use 8 connections. I'm going to draw number 1 on there too. So then this one I'll do 2, 2, And let's see what else I want to monitor. This will be my range, our oven. So I'm going to clip on this direction because it's on the other side. Draw 2 up here. Plug this one into number 2. I'm also been forgetting. So number 1 is dryer, oven. This is my hot water tank, but that actually has a energy monitor built into it, so I have a Wi-Fi app on my phone for that, so I actually don't need one on here. I'm just trying to look at the things that I know are going to use a lot of power because I want to monitor them. This will be my heat pump, so I'll do the heat pump here. Dishwasher. So I'm going to monitor the dishwasher. I'm just going to speed up the video while I install the rest of these sensors on their circuits. Make sure all your sensors, the directions facing the right direction. Check that everything's plugged in all the way. This one is not. These plugs don't stick in very well. And install the cover. Now I'm going to set up the Emporia app. If you want the app to send you notifications, press allow here. Press OK to allow Bluetooth, and now you'll have to create an account. Once you've created an account, press Emporia Vue 2 in the top left, then press Go Through Install Guide. Then we can press Next and follow the instructions within the app based on whether you have solar power or generator connected to your panel. In my case, I have a generator connected, so I'll go through that procedure. Now make sure you're standing next to your panel with your phone and wait for a device to appear with a Wi-Fi signal strength indicator and select that device. For me, some of these steps took a long time. I just left the app open, but I edited out the wait times in this video, so don't panic if you're having to wait a long time on one of these steps. Now add your home Wi-Fi network credentials to the app. Select the name for your view. Okay, show me my energy. Now we'll need to map and label the circuits we connected within the panel. This is where your piece of paper with the labeled circuits will really help. Click Menu in the top left corner and then click Manage Devices. Select your panel. Then just name each circuit. So my number 1 circuit was my dryer. Select circuit type and select the option that best matches your circuit. So in this case, I'm looking for dryer. Because my dryer is a double pole 240 volt circuit, I need a multiplier of 2 to properly track this circuit. The default setting is 1, and you should keep it on 1 for any single breaker that uses just 120 volt power. Next, click Save. Then just follow the same procedures for each one of the monitors you installed on each circuit. In my video, you'll see that my oven/range, heat pump, and also the dryer are all 240 volt circuits, so they have double breakers on the panel, and I only installed one monitor on one of the hot wires on these circuits, so I'll be using a multiplier of 2 for these 3 circuits within the app. Here I am adding the dishwasher circuit, which is a 120 volt circuit, so therefore I won't need to change the multiplier. I'll just leave it on 1. Continue mapping your circuits. I've sped this up in my video. Once you've mapped all the circuits, press the back arrow in the top left corner, then press home in the bottom left screen, and you should see all your map circuits. It's a good idea to turn each of these circuits on with the app open to make sure that the power consumption increases to be sure you've mapped them to the correct circuit. Thanks for watching my video. Please post any questions below.